basically happened. There's no way. I can't even say that this is going to happen, but holy crap, if this does, I will be so pissed. The Cowboys will be a lot better, and I'm telling you, this will haunt us for the rest for a long time, for more than a decade. This is going to haunt us for a while, and a lot of rumors have been swirling around, and I just got to get this done because I can't imagine this even happening. Well, the news today is not on the Philadelphia Eagles. It involves the Philadelphia Eagles, but it involves the NFC East, and DK Metcalf may be making his way over to the NFC East. I really hope it doesn't happen, guys. Okay, now DK Metcalf has been looking for an extension for a while now. Now, I don't know if the Seahawks are giving him an extension yet. It's been pretty quiet. But there's been some speculation, some rumors involving some trades that teams might trade for DK Metcalf. And one team at the top of the list is the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I know they have Jalen Tolbert that they drafted speedster, I think, and they've already been hyping him up. The news has been saying he's been playing really well. He had a good OTAs, good. I don't know if they had minicamp. I heard his minicamp was good if they had minicamp. And, they have CD becoming the number one with no Amari Cooper anymore. And, Michael Gallup is coming off of 2 injuries, an ACL, in fact. And see what he does, and they paid him a good amount of money. I didn't think they were going to resign him whatsoever, which really surprised me. The wide receiver core, slides a little bit, CD becoming that number 1 guy, not being on the number 2 cornerback, but I think still going to play very well, with a quarterback that's a pure passer that's going to, make him look really good. And I think Dak will get him the ball a lot this year, but adding DK Metcalf to this mix is going to be a total disaster. Not for them, for us, probably for the rest of the MCs, because DK Metcalf, I haven't seen a player like this since Calvin Johnson. Literally has size, speed, is a brick wall with shoulder pads on, pretty much. I've never seen this guy manhandle people. Even when he tries to catch the ball and he trucks people just running a route and he doesn't even mean to do it, it's crazy. And the Eagles passed on him. They drafted J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Just imagine him going to the Cowboys and just him facing the Eagles twice a year and just us fans having to dread this. And us, even if Howie Roseman is looking pretty good right now the past couple off seasons, it would still hurt because this was a really bad pick in JJ that, that we thought he had some Alshon Jeffrey type mobility, 50-50 ball catcher with a little bit of elusiveness towards him, which we didn't even get that. This man is a tight end now going into this year on the last year of his deal, which is a total disgrace and an embarrassment. Okay. So the trade for DK Metcalf at a trade proposal, a 2023 first and a 2023 second, which I think it is fair because since you're getting closer to the season now, if it's DK Metcalf, I would probably pay a first and a second than a first and a third. Obviously you want to get as far away as possible and not give up as much, but I would have probably done this as well. The Eagles gave up a first and a third for A.J. Brown, which I thought it was a total steal for us. And we get a marquee name wide receiver with the rest of our guys, which is great. That really just, completes this offense. But if the Cowboys make a trade, and look, I thought Deebo Samuel was going to be a really big acquisition for the Cowboys. That's what I thought. Okay, because I think Dak and I think, Deebo we're hanging out. There was some news going around. Deebo was hanging out with some Cowboy players, and it seemed like, maybe it could have happened. But the 49ers didn't want to get rid of him, and all that was kind of put to bed, and I was really happy they didn't, because if they got a guy, even they got Deebo, if they got DK Metcalf, forget about it. It'd be tough, man. I'm not saying that we'd lose to, we'd lose or we get swept or anything like that, but it's going to be tough, man. Look, Dak plays, plays pretty well, and I'm not saying the guy, he can, as much as we hate Dak Prescott, he can get the ball to his receivers, okay? That I will say. As a pure passer at that standpoint. I understand their offensive line took a little bit of a hit, but I think they've drafted a couple good guys, even though I didn't think they had one of the most special drafts going into this year. Coming out of the draft and everything like that. But I think the Eagles, Baltimore, and I think the Giants and the Jags had probably the best drafts going into, out of the draft coming out of this year. So I thought it was really good. But yeah, this would be one of the biggest mistakes. I'm hoping and dreading that it's not going to happen because like I said, Cowboys have the cap space. They have the picks. They can do whatever the hell they want. are the Cowboys ready to compete right now? If they add him offensively, I think their defense is going to play very well this year. Offensively, I think they take a step back if they don't trade for a marquee name like this. But still, I think will play pretty significantly. I think they'll still play well. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't let anything fool you with the Dallas Cowboys offense. I think they still take a little bit of a step back, but I feel like maybe it will take a few games. CeeDee Lamb becoming the number one guy. Jalen Tolbert is going to go in there, and I think he's going to get better as the games go on. And honestly, I think the big thing for this offense that needs to happen is, I think they have to make sure that Michael Gallup is healthy. It's probably the number one thing. They lose Michael Gallup, and they don't have they don't trade for a wide receiver like this, then it's going to be a problem. Ezekiel Elliott, I think, is the lesser back than Tony Pollard. I think Tony Pollard is just a more all-around better back than he is. Obviously the offensive line has taken a couple hits, but I think they're gonna do pretty well offensively. I don't think it's what the offensive line used to be. I think they've taken a step down with a couple of these draft picks that they've drafted and take over spots, and I think there's some starting experience with the backups as well over there, so I really wouldn't worry about it too much. But I think teams will take advantage of that offensive line because I think one side is a little bit less stronger than the other. But with DK Metcalf, this is pure speculation, guys. Take this with a grain of salt. There has been some trade talks going on with other teams as well, but the top team that has the most interest in trading for DK is the Cowboys. That have apparently made some phone calls, and things have been kind of swirling around in that aspect. So I know I've been ranting a little bit here and there, but I feel like, if they make a trade like this, yeah, it's really going to suck like really bad, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? Jalen Tolbert might be a superstar one day. I mean, who knows? I mean, they hype up every single player every single year. So it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think about, what would happen if DK Metcalf got traded to the Cowboys. How would you feel about that? Do you think that the Eagles would be in trouble? Do you think the Cowboys offense takes a step back without a marquee name like DK Metcalf on that team? How do you think will do? I understand people are going to just troll them, and that's totally fine, but it is what it is. I will see you guys on the next one. Shake Squad up, follow, so peace out, guys. Peace.